Hello, this is Tom with Rock Solid. In this video, we will be going over our new rate sheet importer that allows us to import multiple services at the same time. In a previous video, I showed how you can do one at a time, but we now have a new importer that allows us to do in mass. You can do one service, you can do 20 services, however many services a carrier has. You don't have to import all services, just the ones you need to add. We will provide templates that will include all the necessary headers for all the services available so you know what they look like so you can make sure they match. Here's an example. This is the DHL file that I've built. This is based on list rates for 2022 as DHL has already published their rates. This sheet it has at the first here, it has the name of the service. The names are very important because the system uses that to determine what service it is. Then the zones, in this case, we only have 6 zones, but you can have a lot more. Then the weights and till it ends. And in this case, we have some per pound rates. Then there's this empty row. Then there's the next service. This is a letter service, so it only has one row of weights or rates. And then here's the dutiable for U.S. territories and so on. So this has all the DHL services listed. They're just one right after another. And with the old importer, we would have gone through and copied the first set, paste them in, saved it, change, and then update the name to the next service, copy the new set, paste, go out and repeat and rinse. But with this, I can import one file and we are done. So first thing to do when we import it, so it is an admin under import rates and costs 2 or import rates 2, you will see a 2 because we are very imaginative of our names. You set the carrier, in this case DHL, then I'm going to give it a name. In this case, I'm going to call it 2022 list. I want the year in front so I know which year it is so I don't get confused. These are list rates, and that's all I need on this. I don't need to know it's DHL. I know because I've set DHL here, I'm importing it. The names are DHL services, so they're going to be assigned to DHL services. This sheet will not show up under other carriers, or even if I import the letter rates, I'll see that list in the letter rates only. It will not show up under any of the other services. So you don't have to have extra names. But if, say, you're loading cost sheets, and say for FedEx, and you have multiple accounts, and you have different rates for each one, the subcarrier, you can name the subcarrier, or I'm sorry, you have them loaded as subcarriers in our system to differentiate them. You want to list that name. So I would say 2022 cost subcarrier ABC. So I know these are the ABC ones. So when I would assign them to the as ABC subcarrier. Then if I loaded the other ones, the DEF ones, I'd load the DEF. So you would want to have that name in there because you will need it. But I don't need to say DHL or FedEx or UPS or anything because that's already there. I don't have to put the service because they'll be assigned to a service. So that you don't have to waste space and characters. In this case, it's just list. So next I browse to a file, which is on my C drive and rates. And this is a CSV file. It doesn't need to be CSV. You can open it up and do everything in Excel, but make sure to save it as a CSV. So I select the file. There's the file. Of course, I got a capital there, mistake. And then I'm just going to hit upload. And it is now currently adding these to the system. Now, if I was using the old importer, I would have done one service and then deleted it, change the name and change the drop down to the next service, copy that service over and stuff. I would still be doing it, and as you saw, it's already done. So much easier to use this when you have mass updates. So that's the new importer. Once you've imported the sheets, you could then start configuring them in manage tiers, which is the next video on our list. Thank you and have a great day.